Oh my gosh. What's going on, YouTube? You're on the lifeboat. This is your captain speaking, Captain Calhoun. Good morning. Must be a slow morning for y'all, too. I woke up so tired, but we're doing it. Getting back in the routine. It's funny. My body woke myself up at 5:30 the whole trip, and then today it decided to get a little squirrely, but we're making it happen. We're making it happen. What's going on? We're going to talk a little bit more about boundaries today. Maybe my chat is just broken because I can't see you guys. I wonder if that's the case. Oh, there we go. Regina Patnode, what's going on? Millie the Dandelion. Good afternoon, lovely lot. Scooby Lee, Body Illusion. Yeah, back on the Grizzy, guys. We're gonna get back into it. Nicola E, what's going on? Good morning. It's funny. I got a bunch of sleep last night, but I'm so tired. I wonder what's going on. Probably just the slight difference in time zone and lifestyle now that I'm back at home. Being out on the roads, kind of like being in the wild, wild west when your home's not with you. Scooby Lee, Tommy Stig Social Club, good sir. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. The End of Musing. If y'all haven't checked out Tommy Stig Social Club, go ahead and go over there and check it out. It's pretty sweet. We're having our coffee. I love that name, The End of Musing. Although I am quite a big fan of musing. Brazy girl, Brazy. Congratulations on your newfound success, Brazy. How you doing this morning? Teresa, hello. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit more about boundaries today, but after our roll call, Megan Jeffrey, I stayed up past midnight in Australia, but I am here. Wow, you must be tired. You must be tired. Thanks for tuning in from across the pond. Appreciate that. Robin Miners, hey. I think we're going up to the mail spot today. I'm not certain, but it has been spoken about. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, guys, I'm really happy to be back. Really happy about the trip. My battery is fully recharged. Now I just need to get my routine locked back in. But we're going to do some exercise. We're going to do all the amazing things today. Get some laundry done so I can feel good. It's going to be great. Also, y'all are aware I have I wouldn't say huge, but I have a large amount of footage. I have quite a bit of footage from the trip. And it needs to be edited and gone through, which is something I don't normally do. It's not something I'm incapable of doing, but it's not my normal thing, right? That's one of the benefits of doing this the way that we do it is I don't have to edit anything, right? So I'm going to start looking at that today, tomorrow. Maybe we can start next week off with some of those instant premieres. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm not expecting it to be tricky and difficult, but it very well may be. We'll see how that goes. Love it. What's going on? Brazy Girl says she's doing great. It's a beautiful day. Much love to the boat. It is a beautiful day. I feel like right after it rains, it's always amazing for some reason. It's like a breath of fresh air from Mother Earth herself. And it rained a little last night. So I haven't been outside yet, but I assume it's gorgeous. Lori Hart, good morning. How you doing? Dirty Mouse, Brownie Buttons. No sweat, no sorries. We're glad you're here. Finally watching Demon Slayer. I got like 4 episodes in and I had to stop because I hadn't finished One Piece yet, but I intend to go back. Someone dying got spoiled. Don't you hate that, Scoob? I will tell you all about the trip here in just a sec, Body Illusion. Woke up this morning feeling like I have a cold. Oh no, Nicola. Had no sleep Thursday night and lots last night. I bet you it's your system adjusting to be home. I also feel a little strange. Like the pollen in the air here is different. So I feel a little nasally. But the doctor said I was good. Sweet tea, Brown and Miller, what's up? Heck yeah, guys. I did not get the coffee. This is my second to last cup of the Cafe Bustelo industrial package. The huge box. I almost went all the way through it, but it should be no problem because I should be receiving a shipment from the P.O. box here pretty soon. I'm definitely waking my neighbors up. I feel bad. My aunt. Don't whatever's going on, I promise it's still there. There's no worries. It's not gone or anything like that. I just got back and she's just gonna bring it over, I assume. But she's a busy lady. Um, REA Schleider, hey boatmates, just remember you're all appreciated. How you doing, REA? Missed you, dude. How's the little one? How's the wife? We're all dying to know. Megan Jeffrey, what's going on? Had a 9-hour shift today at work. Pretty dramatic. I need this. Well, I'm glad you're here. We're going to talk a little bit more about boundaries. I know I talked about it pretty recently, but I was thinking I have some great examples of boundaries that I didn't share at all. So we're going to go through some of that. I'm going to start with, like, as a creator, like from this seat, from this position, boundaries are really important. And I think that that's something that my dad could have done a lot better in the early days. And I think it's something he's doing a lot better now. I definitely feel like it's still a new concept. Boundaries are a new concept for everyone when they first discover that they're not setting them or that they need firmer or different boundaries, right? The wife and baby are doing great. That's what I want to hear, REA. Much love, dude. I'm sending you all the oodles of love I've got. Got bags of love. Just sending them your way. I bought that tea you've been drinking. The honey mango. It's so good, isn't it, Don? It's amazing. It is amazing. When my dad gets here, I have a whole jar for him. So, I don't know if I met the annoying character or not yet. I remember those people pretty well. Hopefully there's a redemption arc for the annoyingness. Like in One Piece, I feel like all the people I thought were annoying, I eventually fell in love with. Without that, I cannot go on. You know what I mean? It's really, really hard. It's a slog. But what were we talking about? Boundaries? Yeah, I think it's very important, especially from this position, because especially the way we do it, we interact. We're doing connection. We're talking about very difficult subjects that are all deeply personal to each individual. So knowing what you feel comfortable with, what you don't feel comfortable with, and especially like from my perspective, like what to present, because presenting certain things opens up certain doors, and then I have to deal with what happens afterwards. It's very, very important to know what I want to deal with, what I don't want to deal with, what I can deal with, what I can't, what I'm capable of brushing off, and what's just going to set me off, right? These are all the important questions we need to ask ourselves when we're thinking about boundaries. And I think we now have a pretty good setup as far as the lifeboat goes. When I stepped in, I think that was a big boundary setting. And it was over a period of time, but through me doing shows and my pops doing shows, we have established as a community how we're gonna move forward, right? What's gonna be cool and what's not gonna be cool. Good morning, Jimena. How are you? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to be back too. I missed this so much. This chair and this bright light in my face, and just my space. Definitely, like Usopp from One Piece. His first arc, oh my gosh, I almost couldn't do it. I'm so glad I made it through though, because he would become one of the best characters. God Usopp, oh my. Super great. When he lit the world government flag on fire, oh my, that was a great moment. That was when I started to really, really like him. When he hit that flag with this huge slingshot, I was stoked. But yeah, boundaries, guys. Sometimes, oftentimes, maybe all the time, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I sometimes need to set boundaries within myself and then reaffirm or validate them with people when they're not being respected. Does that make sense? So, for example, when I got sober, it's funny, maybe I should divert a little bit. I was watching my dad's video yesterday morning, and he was talking about a highlight reel, like his highlight reel from when he was off the wagon. And then he was talking about the boat's highlight reel. And I was thinking, I wonder what my highlight reel would look like. Probably stumbling around, stealing things, just being loud, rambunctious. I was never like a violent drunk, or I didn't really get into too many sticky situations like that when I was smoking and drugging and doing blow and crack and whatever. But I definitely was. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. It's something I don't think about very often. But I imagine my highlight reel is a very, very different look Everybody that I ran into on my trip told me how good I looked and how proud of me they were. So my highlight reel must have been something, maybe that's something we could revisit at another time when I have more insight into it. But I bet you my highlight reel looked really wild. Definitely different, but drunk all the time to start for sure. But boundaries, right? How did I tie that into boundaries? I don't know. Oh, so when I got sober, all my friends, everyone that I had been spending my time with, were people in the life, right? And that doesn't make them bad people, but I definitely shouldn't be putting myself in like the same space as drugs and alcohol or drug use. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be, if that's what they're engaging in, I really need to not be with them at this time, right? So that's a boundary I set within myself. Like, hey, Michael, if you getting sober, you serious? All right, well, don't hang out with X, Y, and Z. One of them is your hairdresser. You don't have a hairdresser now, okay? And those are boundaries that I set within myself. That's like a self-talk that I have that I'm very serious about. It's very, very serious. And then inevitably, the world is going to demand that I reaffirm that that's exactly where I want to stand. A situation will arise where those boundaries will be tested, and I'll have to be like, you know what? No, I know who I am and what I'm doing. This is not what I'm doing right now. And the trickiest part about that is how you feel inside, especially getting fresh sober. I was very insecure. I didn't want to tell my friends, hey, I can't hang out with you. Like, hey, I'm not doing this right now. Um, that didn't make me feel good, but I knew it was what I needed, right? So whatever it takes, honestly, at whatever cost, set those boundaries. If it means ignoring these people, God forbid, that's what I did with one of my friends, and it made me feel really bad, but it served the purpose and saved me. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes, however you can get those boundaries dialed in, I would do it. Whether it's having a nice conversation, whether it's just ignoring them completely, whether it's cutting them off, whether it's a temporary cutoff, whatever the case, whether it's telling them off, like, hey, I've told you multiple times I can't be doing this, get out of here. You know what I mean? This is not how you're not respecting my boundaries. Does that make sense, y'all? Jeremy Fowler, good morning. I heard you're the voice of reason of the boat or something now, dude. Did you hear that? Did you get that memo? Someone also mentioned your terrible music taste, but I think that you're a great voice of reason. I don't know if that came out as playful as I wanted it to, but it's all right. Scooby Lee. And initially this reminds me of my initial experience. Dude's been blowing up my boyfriend, but he is ignoring them. I tell you what, I put up with that for a little while, and then it was like a constant reminder, like put my brain back in that kind of like almost in that place over and over. I just blocked them. It's like, I don't even want to look at this anymore. I don't want my phone to beep and then see this name. And then I'm going to go through that same thought process again. It just became unhealthy. And I have to say, I didn't like how that felt afterwards, but it did protect me. And I was able to come to a different place. Like on my trip, I saw this person that I had like blocked, one of my best friends in the whole world, but they're in a bad way. So I hit that block button, and it didn't make me feel good, but I got to bump into them and we got to reconcile, and it's all good. They recognized that I needed to do that. Such a people pleaser, says Brianna Miller. It took me 32 years to learn how to say no. Well, I tell you what, that's a great first step, Brianna. And you're not alone. That is a very common issue, especially, I think, among us, on people on the boat. There's something about stumbling and falling down and insecurities, And I mean, that says a lot about you too. You want good. You want to spread good, You want other people to feel good. I'm glad that you are learning those boundaries with yourself, though, Brianna. That's great. He said if it keeps up, he's calling him and telling him verbally himself that enough is enough. Hell yeah, Scoob. Hell yeah, Scoob. Love it says some people you can have in your heart, but not in your life. And sometimes that hurts a bunch. But you're right. You're right. Megan Jeffrey says, I struggle so hard with no So it really upsets me when people keep trying to manipulate me when I say no. It's so hard. If people are trying to manipulate you even after setting your boundaries, those people probably shouldn't be in your life. And the one tricky bit here is sometimes that's family. And we just somehow need to create healthy space. If that's the case, I know it becomes very difficult when it's family. Something's telling me we're talking about family. I don't know if my gut feeling's on or not, but it usually is. It's a must to bring peace to your soul. Exactly. At any cost, Brazy. At any cost, because it's we're talking about our life here, especially we're talking about addiction. We're talking about living and not living. We're talking about living well and not. Lori Driscoll, morning. Ready to start my day in a positive way. That's the only way, if you ask me. I tell you what. And Jimena, it may always be that way. Um, for me personally, I love saying no. In fact, I think I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I have to, I have to practice not saying no at these days. But it's you probably will lean naturally to the yes or the no a little bit more frequently. So I wouldn't necessarily say that's a bad thing, but recognizing that you have trouble sometimes. I think also the further you go down this journey and the more you get to know yourself and what you want and how things make you feel, it's going to be a whole lot easier to say no because it's going to make sense why you're saying no. What happens after saying no is going to drive your no saying, if that makes sense. Dirty Mouse says, I can say no to everyone but my husband. That is so tender. I bet you guys have a sweet, sweet love. When you have a hard time saying no, how do you keep from becoming codependent? Will you word that a little differently, Body Illusion? I'm having a hard time understanding. When you have a hard time to say no, how do you keep from... Oh, I see. Very curious. Codependency is a complicated and deep-seated issue. And I did go to Codependence Anonymous for a little while, but I don't think I learned a whole lot. I was very focused on, oddly enough, my girlfriend, who was also in the group. But I don't know. This is something I'm going to have to research, I think, Body Illusion. When you have a hard time saying no, how do you keep from becoming codependent? You probably already are codependent. Becoming codependent is interesting. I think that we find ourselves in behaviors rather than... It's hard for me to... I don't know. Maybe not. I think the first thing I would do is identify my codependent tendencies. I would journal about those tendencies, how they make me feel, right? I've been really kind of following my girlfriend around, when she's gone, I don't really know what to do. And that doesn't make me feel good. I feel super codependent. I don't know. That's what I would write down, right? Something like that. And then you can kind of break it down, get to the root, why do I feel this way? Do I not have my own stuff to do? Do I not have my own man mission that I should be on? Because I really need that as a man. I need my man mission, which I have now. Thank you guys. But I would write about it. I would journal about it and see what happens. And while you're doing that, I'm going to do some research on codependence and we can do a show on it. We can come back I was going to say butt cheeks. I guess I did. Anyways, we can come back together and figure it out together. How about that, Body Illusion? Hello, Blessed to Crochet. What's going on? I missed you, Mary. How are you? Is Jason P in here? I just saw Jason's name. Oh, nope, it is Jason P, but it's a different Jason P. Says I don't say no to my fat boy Harley or my Softail. Well, I wouldn't say no to my fat boy Harley or my Softail either if I had them, I have to say. Guys, the coolest thing, it's not true. One of the things I really, really like about my sweet friend in Salt Lake is that she rides motorcycles. She used to come pick me up on the motorcycle. It was the coolest thing ever. I'd be at home. I'd have a friend over or whatever. The motorcycle would pull up. I'd be like, all right, man, you got to go. I got somewhere to be. This beautiful girl coming to pick me up on a motorcycle. Anyways, let's talk about something else. Flick Fox, welcome in. Hey there. What if you need to set boundaries with someone, but it makes you feel horrifically guilty, like you're giving up on them when you know they're struggling? I think that this is a more complicated issue, Flick. And we can talk about it here, or maybe you want to get with me personally and we can figure it out because the specifics of this are probably important. What if you need to set boundaries with someone, but it makes you feel horrifically guilty, like you're giving up on them when you know they're struggling? The question is, are you setting this boundary to protect yourself? Because I imagine you are. That's like the reason we set boundaries, right? So no matter what, you can't help anyone if you're not helping yourself, right? If you're putting yourself out on a limb to help this person, don't do that. That's bad. And so then what's left is to sift through the guilt, right? If it makes you feel guilty, but you need to do it, I mean, there's got to be a way to do, like, to transmute, to process that guilt into something else because, I mean, you probably just care very deeply for this person. I would imagine. I mean, this sounds just like my situation with my friend who I have named, but I try not to. I had to block her. I had to take the ability for like her to take her ability away to like make my phone make noises. You know what I mean? Because it was tearing me up. And I did feel horrifically guilty. But I mean, to be honest with myself, what am I going? How is my presence or communication or interaction with them helping? You know what I mean? It's honestly hurting us both because I can't stand on my own 2 feet and help her. You know what I mean? And she is already not standing on her own 2 feet. So you got to help yourself before you can help others. You got to put that mask on yourself, Flick, before you can put it on them. I hope that helped. And I'd love to talk with you more about this if you want. You can email me at sober@myyahoo.com, or I don't know if I have you on Messenger, but we can figure that out too. And if you want to talk about that some more, I would love to. Don Meredith has started journaling. Let's go. That's what it's all about right there. I journaled this morning. It's back there with I'm going to grab it, by the way. My food's just over there getting warm. Jimenez says codependency is often the result of abusive relationships. It has more to do with the response of being abused rather than not saying no. Interesting. Sounds like we could have a wonderful talk about this. I call him Harley, dude. Well. Please hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a difference. And thank you to the whole crew for doing what you do. You guys are the best crew a captain could ask for. You guys just light me up. You guys light my soul on fire. I want you to know. Definitely, Flick. I appreciate you. And good luck with that. I don't if my gut's right and I kind of feel like I know what you're talking about, I do not envy your position, but it is something that can be handled. It's something that we can walk through and become stronger. I promise. When you start saying no, some people become angry, says Sandy Wendy. This is a good point. And I mean, we're all responsible for our own emotions, right? If they want to get angry, they can take a hike, or I can take a hike, and remove myself from that energy because I don't need that in my life. That is not it's not a healthy response. And it's not for me to take their inventory, but I do recognize like that anger is not my fault. That's your thing. I'm doing my thing. I'm actually protecting myself by setting this boundary. You know what I mean? This boundary is preventing me from getting angry. So if you want to get angry, that's cool. But I'm gonna go ahead and like just accept that that's your thing and go somewhere else. That's how I handle stuff like that, at least. It's obviously different in different situations, especially when family's involved. It needs to be more delicate sometimes. But if I ever feel like I'm losing my mind, or my emotions are being elevated and I might just bust into rage, I remove myself. No, I don't need to justify or explain or anything. I'm just like, I can't do this right now. I'll be back, I have been met with resistance on that, specifically from significant others at the time, but it's just a necessary thing. It's necessary. We can't be logical and emotional simultaneously. It's one or the other. It's how the brain works. It's science. It's a fact. Truck guy has a Chevy or a Dodge usually. How many guys you got over there, Scoob? That was not as funny as I thought it was going to be. I do like your cute nicknames, though. If you gave me a cute nickname, Scoob, what would it be? Would I be like the hat guy or something? Holding boundaries with family is the toughest, but at the same time, if you can do it with family, you can do it with anyone. That's right. Teresa, you know what's up. That's right. That's right. That's right. I think so as well, Scoob. If memory serves. The dentist said I was good, but I definitely have not been using my jaw as much. It feels a little tight, like a toy guy. Well, I have to say, Jimena, you seem pretty balanced to me. And I know I only get this small window into Jimena, but you definitely seem pretty balanced to me. Kristen Melinda. Giving that paperwork to what for? What's going on? Well, guys, I'm just kind of dragging on here. What is that? What happened? My camera's on, but my screen's not. Please hold. What did I do? Oh my. I unplugged my monitor, folks, with my foot. Oh, okay, I'm back. Jeez. Hat guy or ginger snap? That's a good one. I had something great to say, and then that happened, so I forgot what it was. Of course, I live for now. Have a great day at work. We love you. I love the ginger hair too. It kind of secretly bothers me a little bit when I see fake red hair. I'm like, you faker, you faker. But I'm only mad because I get tricked initially. I'm like, ooh, a ginger, and then I'm like, oh, you're fake. You're a fake ginger. That's just my internal dialogue. I don't really, there's no merit to it, right? Like, do what you want with your hair. I think that's cool. I think that's great. It's just like I have like a little internal dialogue all the time, perpetually, and it is slightly comical sometimes. We can see you, but you can't see us. I was talking to my buddy about YouTube the other day, and he was like, "Dude, I can see what you're doing when you're singing. You're just drawing the time out." I was like, "I'm just singing, man. Just making a little song." Kathy Ann, what's going on? Getting the pack and play ready for nap time. Saw the live pop up. Good morning. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Right back at you, Kathy. Thank you for all that you do, by the way, and thank you for sending me the thumbnails. I know I've only used some of them. I'm just getting my brain is a labyrinth sometimes, but I wanted to make sure I told you how much I appreciate the work you do, Kathy Ann. Because I know sometimes it might not seem like it's appreciated, but it is deeply, deeply appreciated. I just don't know what to do with the asset sometimes. I don't know what to do with myself sometimes. So TKD for life. What's going on, Taekwondo? Good to see you. Hope you have a great day. All right. Red hair, green eyes, rare. I've got the blue one, the blue eyes actually. Green would be cool, but my sister's eyes are kind of just like mine, except they're cloudier. They're a little darker blue with like a little whiter white or gray, I guess. Yeah, I've dyed my hair a couple times and I didn't like it, so I stopped doing that. Stop doing it. There's a ginger fest. Yeah, for real. Present it. I would like to know about this. Tell me. Regale me. Let's see what else I got though. So I have video of the fire performance. I have video of some art. I have video of I think I might have some video of some individual fire spinning. Maybe not though. I know I had set out to try and get that. It was a challenge. I don't know if I've said this to y'all yet. It was a challenge to get good footage of a lot of stuff out there because there was rampant nudity and substance abuse. And or I don't know if I would say abuse. I don't know these people, right? But maybe they're just reveling. Not everyone has an issue, right? It's just me and some of my friends. But it was hard to get video a lot because I don't want to post stuff with whippets. I don't want to post stuff with alcohol. I don't want to post stuff that's naked. I can't, right? So it was a challenge, but I'm excited to go through it. I think the first thing we'll probably do is the fire performance. But if I go through my footage and I feel like that's the best piece, maybe we'll do that last so that we're not like, so it's an uphill rather than a downhill build. And other than that, I mean, that's pretty much what's immediately on my plate. I'm gonna keep doing this thing, getting in here in the morning, get on my routine, and y'all should be seeing some footage from the trip here soon. Going to see fire dancing tonight in Nevada City. It's a troupe from Reno. Ooh, interesting. I went down to, where was it? I guess it was Arkansas. I met a crew from Arkansas back in the day when I was with Lucy, which I thought was cool. It occurred to me, I was like, I bet you there's crews everywhere and they all probably do things a little differently. It would be really, really cool to see how other people do what they do. You'll have to let us know how it is I live for now. Or pardon me, Teresa. I looked here instead of here. It's an honest mistake. You'll have to let us know how it goes. And honestly, personally, I think that the video never does it justice. Being there in person is so much different. Being like right up in front of them is a huge deal too. I remember one year we were doing a fundraiser for our Burning Man fire troop to help fund our trip, and we threw this like fundraiser at Carl Malone's house, or it used to be Carl Malone's house or something like that. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. We had like this big tree in the garden, and we had like a kind of a ring of grass around it, and then like tables that people could sit at and have dinner and drinks. And we had like wait staff, and we did a circus in the round, which is instead of like a stage and the audience, and it's very linear, we had the tree and then the stage in a circle and then the audience around us. So it was like a 3D performance. We had one of our guys vertically rappelling on the tree while spinning fire. We did all kinds of crazy stuff. We did fire lap dances, which is exactly what you think. It's a lap dance, but we're on fire. That was probably one of my fondest memories. I don't know what brought that up. Something that somebody said brought that up. The vertical rappelling was wild. Yep, that's how they do it, Teresa. They will blow your mind for the fundraiser. And I have to say, going to Burning Man is not a cheap thing. And we have some friends in the Hawaii troop, and every time they go, they have to ship all of their stuff across the ocean. So imagine how expensive it is for them versus everyone else too. It's pretty wild. So if you can throw them some dough, definitely do it. They will earn it, I promise. Yeah, the fire lap dances were wild. That was a lot of fun. I took that idea and we were having an underpass party. What was it? It was like I guess it was just a party under the underpass one time. We didn't have any permits, but we pulled it off. Like had a huge sound system, huge stage, had all the friends out. I got paid to fire perform with some of my friends, and it was Ace's birthday. So we cut all the music and dragged Ace out and announced that it was his birthday and we were going to treat him right. And I proceeded to step right on his chest and do all kinds of sexy fire lap dancey stuff. And he just was cackling with laughter. He did not expect it. He got all red in the face. It was the best. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. Burning Man is totally, I mean, it can be a rich person festival. I've gone to Burning Man on toothpicks and bubble gum. I've gone to Burning Man on scraps, and it's been pretty great. Day 8, Tommy says it's weeks now. The word alcohol is no longer in the forefront of my dome. Let's go, Brazy. Let's go. You got a week? Week and a day. That's right. That's right. That's right. I realized that I'm at a year and 4 months, but I think I'm counting years now, so I don't think it counts until I get to a 6 month. Yesterday was Miss Sunrise Dawn 1 month without smoking, and two, if you'd ever like me to do some thumbnails for you, past, present, or future, I gladly will. Open offer. Well, Kathy, let me organize my brain, and I will totally take you up on that because I think your thumbnails are great, and it is, for some reason, such a headache for me to do it. It just doesn't work the way that I want it to. I don't know, but you seem to be really good at it. So, and it seems to be easy for you too. Otherwise, I don't think you'd be doing it. So I definitely will take you up on that. I just got to get my head together. Engaging all our senses make an experience have such an impact to our memory. Absolutely. I agree. That's why I stepped on him. He liked it, though. He liked it. I feel that, Teresa. I hear this from a lot of people. Some of my friends have been like 15 times. It's like, are you sure you're still enjoying this? Some of them do, some of them don't. I've only been thrice. We should do an online meetup to see all of us who talk here. Would help with connection. Just an idea. I do like that. We do have the Discord. We can all get in there and do a video thing. I really wanted to do a meetup in Salt Lake. I just didn't. I made too many plans in too little amount of time, and I had to like cut the bottom half of the list off, which kind of sucked. But I still look forward to doing something like that for sure. Well, guys, I might just call it at that. I want to finish eating my breakfast, finish my coffee, and get in the shower, get on the road. Not on the physical road, but, get the show on the road. Any closing thoughts you guys have for me? Anything you guys want to talk about before I get out of here? Wow. Surprised that tastes as good as it does. I think my palate is just trained now. I was involved with supporting the Rangers at Burning Man as my partner was head of the Rangers logistics, and I saw way more than I wanted to. I bet, Teresa, I bet. It is a deep rabbit hole. There's a lot going on behind the scenes for sure. For example, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to. And this is something I have intimate knowledge of, but so Element 11, that the regional Utah Burning Man that I just went to, Element 11, the board or whatever, whoever the people that run it and put it on, they pay the Park Valley, which is the nearest town. They pay I don't know how to say it. They pay the police department though every year before throwing the festival. They like pay them to allow us to do what we do, and it's not like a don't arrest us kind of thing at all, because like the Element 11 doesn't condone drug use and possession and blah blah blah. It's all in the paperwork or in the literature, but they do every single year. Part of the budget is to pay. I don't know what words to use. I don't know if I'm in danger or not, but like it's a bribe. It's like a gesture of goodwill. It's like a gift you would give to the king, before doing business in his land. It's just like that. We're paying for protection or something. I don't know what the deal is, but they still will come through and do what they do. You know what I mean? It's not a cut and dry thing, but there is a part of the budget that goes to the police department every year. I'm sure that Burning Man has a similar deal. They probably are paying BLM. They probably have a huge piece of the budget go to the BLM every year. Good day, Teresa Baldassare. What's going on? Ben Bacon Bits, welcome in. Thank you, Jimena. I will be on the lookout. No sweat, Millie. I'm glad you're here. Sounds like you got some work to do. Excuse me. Rick Smith, what's going on? Just want to say the Discord is a lifesaver. Oh, yeah. I'm so glad to hear that. Crazy girl. Oh, you love me. I love you. You're the best. Thank you so much. Don't give me all the money you're saving. You got to save some for yourself, Bracy. You have a beautiful future ahead of you. A beautiful, sober, bright, clear, focused future. I do appreciate your support very much. Not to say that I don't at all, at all, at all. There is a reason that Burning Man supports Gerlach in Nevada so well. And I probably should start referring to it as that thing in the desert because that's what they've asked me to do. I should probably respect that because I love them. Oh, Teresa has intimate knowledge. I'm gonna not highlight that one, but I see you. I hear you. I suppose that's good when law enforcement has morals, but like LAPD, lol, you're funny, Ben. Oh, don't sweat, Jimena. It's going to melt me, I'm sure. It's going to just hit me right in the heartstrings. A future surrounded by little lifeboats floating right with you. Wow. Wow, I love that. All right, guys, I'm going to go clean myself. I feel dirty. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll be seeing you this evening. I don't know if it'll be me or the Admiral or both of us. Like that. I don't know why we have never done that. I mean, we have done that, but anyways, who knows? Maybe it'll be both of us. So make sure to stay tuned to see what's going on this evening. Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications. It certainly makes a difference. And yeah, I wish you all luck in setting and affirming your boundaries today. May it be easy, painless,